Yeah, baby, SA, let them know where we be.
Okay, okay, you know I'm in this bitch shaking the shit, bro. I'm too much dripping.
All 50 out here, yeah?
Good old Johnny, good old Johnny. Hey, so many wanna do the boy wrong, but I ain't giving niggas no chances to roll off. This time I want that fast to know me. Hey, finger the trigger, make it bust and repeat.
Cape Town based brand.
I feel like I'm in Lion King.
We're hitting the target with every piece.
So right now we're in South Africa. As most of you may know, I've been documenting the youth underground street culture for years. We have loads of individuals that are crazy talented with their crazy stories. I'm really getting insight on how the community is out here. South Africa is so damn beautiful, and you already know it's gonna be a mad one. We just arrived at the store called Order. It's like one of the few many stores out here that actually hold brands like Supreme, Yeezy and stuff, and we have to go check it out real quick, man.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Welcome.
Appreciate it. This is crazy.
Welcome, bro.
I see Yeezys, I'm seeing Supreme. I'm seeing like the whole streetwear like culture here.
So how it works here is it's a full-on consignment store where people bring in their stock and we sell it for them. People wearing off-white sneakers, off-white Nike collabs, you know, it's getting much bigger in South Africa, and I think it's just the start. It's still cheaper to buy it with us than through StockX with all the customs and duties. Around about 65% of the product you buy, that will be the price of import duties and customs.
You guys need to make money out here to buy stuff, huh?
Yeah, so that's why it's really, it's tough to get products, you know.
Yeah.
Young kids or people buying from us, but also consigning with us. So I think that is a proper way to learn business as well. You know, we're not only getting products from people, but also independent brands, which just leave proper quality, man.
This is my studio.
This is your base.
That's where I get all my samples done and most of the production.
You have the whole process here. I can see, like, I know when you have to make clothes in London, like, you have to ship it off to Portugal or some other place.
Yeah, that's kind of where you lose your quality. Someone else is making it for you. You don't get to actually sit there and see the process and all that.
It's too much, it's one and no less. It's it's too much, same thing on my threads. I go for my hater, see you later. My steps.
And you're the little green detail there.
I'm trying to incorporate like the grey and the green for this line, but also still yet be tactical. Maybe you can face some of it. Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed, but people wear construction jackets everywhere. That means that they're employed by themselves for the streets. So they're basically looking after your car, making sure you get your car safely, making sure no one scratches your car. So I made that jacket to represent like the street hustle of Cape Town.
Pop up, boo, shorty fit about my room. Circle 102, drugs on my feet like booze. Ball game, brother ain't the same. Years and years they change. Spark a spliff and scave. Niggas be acting familiar, but I got nose on the ball.
That's crazy. I look like I'm some next like Ninja Pro, but I you wildin', man. You wildin'. My guy Steven, he has a brand called Pessimistic, and he is one of the very few young local kids out here really putting his city on the map.
Thank you, bro.
I've seen kids out here rocking it. Tell us the story behind this. What does Pessimistic mean?
So the idea behind Pessimistic sort of is like, I'm trying to get people to have like a different perspective on the world. Like when I say Converse, you didn't think of us talking right now. You thought of the Kick brand, right? So that's what I want to do.
Hey, stop that. Yo, that's mad. Okay,
that's what I'm trying to do with it. I want it to feel like a community as well, of people who are like-minded in a sense and understand and really care about how they dress.
Yeah, they should be loving the crew. Lethal, young and smooth. Batman, Tim, Matt proof. Yeah, shorty hunting the photo. Man says snow photo. Bad bad vacuum the go-go. Man bad pink hair. Bitches going loco. My watch is Casio. You gotta say it's dope though. She ain't no average or typical. She's my baby literal.
The North has obviously more money, so they even they get more influenced by like other countries. They buy high fashion brands. You'll see a lot of Prada, Balenciaga, a more clean look, versus those who, without money, tend to like have a more grimy feel. But I think that's everywhere, right? Although we did get the Off-White store. That was a shocker for us, all of us, I think. that Virgil decided to put an Off-White store in the heart of Braamfontein.
We're actually inside the Off-White store in Johannesburg. And like, how did this come around?
Like the coffee and Euphonic, they were like talking in what they can bring something different to Joburg. We know visual, and let's give it a try, because we already had the space.
Yeah. So how does that feel being from Johannesburg, that little things like this is happening in your city?
It's here in the heart of Joburg.
That's important.
That's important. Because if you can see, like Braam is bouncing.
Send the deposit, you know the number to where my account is. Send the deposit, yeah. You gon' pay homage, yeah. Send the deposit, you know the number to where my account is. Send the deposit.
Jeez, the African thing. The fact that Virgil agreed to have a collab with Johannesburg is really, really big within the culture itself. And it's really good to see that these big, very influential people like Virgil himself, Black Coffee, that actually is from Joburg, is really shining light to small places like this in the world, you know?
What are you saying, pa? Sumo. This is Braamfontein. This is sort of the hub of fashion here in Johannesburg, where a lot of kids culminate from different like areas to come and share their interest in fashion. A lot of the kids actually make their own pieces, try to make do. So a lot of it is thrifted pieces, hand-me-down pieces, things like that, you know?
Okay, wait.
Hating, but that's not surprising. The hip-hop game is like a
We have a designer for Samuel Ross in London. He best represents London because his influences the city, the concrete walls, and he puts that into his clothes. What local designers doing that for South Africa, you know, keeping it real and authentic to the city?
I think Laluman Kokolo is doing well because he represents like a culture, like a solid culture.
Yeah.
Yangalezi, Richard Nisi is doing that for his community.
So this is his collab?
Yeah, there's 4 different collabs with Coca-Cola. Sauce did one, Lady did another. Yeah. Escort from Soweto did another, and Richard Nisi did one. They've always had merch. It's like their first effort to bring it into the country.
To show you I can rap, man.
The more I travel, the more I realize why am I trying to take inspiration from something that's not really mine, where I can push something that I can own here, and especially in my culture and like where I'm from.
And that's what adds colour to your collection. Traveling is becoming cheaper, and like more and more people are leaving Cape Town, Joburg, and traveling the world, and then bringing that influence and open mindset back home, and like really changing the culture out here. I know for a fact that less people are going to Browns, less people are going to the stores and really buying clothes. It's more so they're buying it online or going to pop-ups where it's like, it's immediate, like you need to get it or it's gone kind of thing, you know?
You have to buy online. I mean, Nike only delivered now for the first time like a couple of years ago. For us it was like, Luke's going to London with his family. It's like, yo, you're either buying something off of him or you're giving him cash to buy something. But then that's how we started getting our first Supreme pieces, our first Palace pieces, almost like hand-me-downs basically.
My thoughts are limitless, my heart is giving this, believe, we killing it.
One thing you need to know about Joburg is like downtown thrift shops. I want to look like the ordinary other girl, but at the same time I buy things cheaper. I don't have to go to Zara or H&M.
How important is it to like really try and find your style out here being a woman? Because like this streetwear scene is male dominated, you know?
Yeah. It's look pretty, heels and dresses. I'm not that type of girl.
Not really about the basically. We copped a lot, okay? We copped enough.
Cop some things.
My guy, good? Yo, you put a shirt underneath the Adidas tee like that. He's stylish. All thrifted as well.
Yeah,
all thrift. Matching ting guan. My guy's shoes, okay?
Can't you see I'm a star? I'm always high on some. Check on my eyes, I'm China. Drip too loud, get you
Look up to Ricky Rick, you know.
Ricky Rick?
Yeah, he's doing the most for the gang.
I only ask you for one thing, just turn up, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, this is crazy, like the culture and stuff. The police came and lock it off. They're literally dancing with our music. They turn the music off.
It's the drive and the love for it that pushes you, you know? You always gotta have that thing in you to always keep going. Just like, get something done. Sell a piece today. Sell, like, you know? It's a multifaceted thing. It's not just, oh, make clothes, make clothes. You're running a business. Luke is actually my tailor. So I come to him with like custom runs that I want to do. We first go through like 1 or 2 samples, figure out the bugs, like maybe if we want to change certain colors, different silhouettes, make it tighter. We do like a full run, and his partner and stuff helps him make the stuff, whether it's pants, tees, anything else. They do their thing together. This is my man.
Yeah, so night show is like, that's where everyone into the fashion, the photography, the culture, they all come together. So that's mainly where you see people wearing like off-white, V-Lone. In that one place and that one event, you'll feel like you're overseas or some shit. Like it's crazy.
All the people that have bags kind of hang together as well. It's a small community. There was, corner store was one of the best things for like streetwear in Cape Town. I mean, it was a hub for creators. Got people actually interested in fashion that locals are creating.
That's the wrong tone, you run up in a night store. Switch up to a month and now you wonder what I'm dodging. Cause my ripple away, left you cripple, no way.
Ever since Corner Store closed last year, the scene kind of fragmented, but it's slowly coming back together.
So you kind of have that responsibility to bring them all back here together again. And
Like I grew through Corner Store, like, you know.
Oh, that influential.
Yeah, like that influential. Like
A lot of guys that are our age came through Corner Store and now are like somewhat involved in the industry.
Yeah.
And like to Corner Store. There's Joburg Fashion Week, there's Africa Fashion Week.
There's actually a fashion show happening like this Wednesday. My friend is having a collaboration with AFI or something like that.
Tell me what it's like to be a designer in South Africa.
It feels great, it feels liberating because you have to understand I was born in 1995 and we literally got our freedom in 1994, so I'm born free, so I get to do things that the previous generation wouldn't be able to do.
Now you explain that you're born after freedom just was announced out here. Now I understand your collection a little bit more, like how important it was you to really express that feeling in your collection.
Telling African stories is a huge weight on my shoulders. There's no LV here. There's no fashion house that's been, you know, representing and telling an African story on that level. It's not just about the clothes, but it's about the narrative. And I feel like that's how you can create timeless pieces, by having a narrative.
Chicken Lickers is like fire ass spot in South Africa. 2 peng. So we're gonna go there. Oh, this is the chicken spot.
like Kumzali taking care of everything.
Ain't a rapper though.
Nah, I ain't a rapper though.
Hey my man.
Me to the crazy parties, you wanna see?
For real?
Check.
You guys went in. Family vibe up here too, like everyone knows everyone.
We're building up to the first birthday. Just gonna fuck it up. I think we're gonna shut down this road again. That's US Opens, AC trainers. And then this is like a holy grail. Culture has grown immensely.
Yeah.
You know, and us being like on the forefront, on the cusp of it, just as social media started like to unfold and you generating that platform and making use of it. Like we didn't know that this shit was gonna be like what it is now, like 10 years ago. Now people look at us like gatekeepers and shit like that, like pillars and shit. The people before us that we looked up to, they weren't like broadcasting themselves on these platforms, you know? Because I always would say the internet saved my life. Like I would have fucking probably been on some other shit if it wasn't me like networking and shit like that. Now you have youngster who's from Cape Town, who sounds like Cape Town, who dresses like Cape Town. It's Cape Town as Cape Town as you can be. It just doesn't have false teeth like me. It makes me proud as fuck. You understand?
Yeah.
And for him to actually drop his first album as a double CD, like you have to listen to the complete album. I'm super proud of it.
First, it represents strength, it represents unity, and it represents solidarity, my brother. These are times of turmoil, these are times of tragedy, but we're going to make sure that we make the youth realize that they are kings and queens. This is the album of 2019, this is the album of the world.
And I feel like that album really resonated with loads of Cape Townian, even Josie people.
Yeah, they're feeling it as well. I'm a big fan of this culture that we are now part of called hip hop. I understand my audience, I understand my fan base, I know who I'm talking to. I know the children are growing up with the pressure of social media as well, with the pressure of the internet as well to fit in, to be accepted. I don't want them to forget about the life that goes on when the phone is off. I'm gonna tell them something different. I'm gonna tell them something a bit deeper. I appreciate my journey of music, but that was a different time of music. It was like mid-90s. So it's a different message. You know what I mean? Just
tell your story.
Tell your story. Tell a story about your kasi and your location and your hood. And that's all I'm doing here. That's nice to see it transcend and go beyond what I anticipated. If this is going to be the first thing people see, or this is going to be the first time they ever hear me, how do I want to be introduced? You know, so I might as well take it back to where it all started.
Really cool to really see the difference between Johannesburg and Cape Town and how they both have their different like trends and community really booming for themselves. And we've met the pioneers within the community, the likes of Youngster, Rolo, Salih, and getting a proper insight as to what is happening here, because South Africa or Cape Town definitely the next hotspot in terms of the streetwear scene. Where are we going to next for this documentary? Let me know in the comments down below, but I'm thinking Tokyo. See ya.